Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again and welcome to any new viewers. My name's Ben, this is To The Point English, where I give tips and advice on how to pass the Cambridge English exams. And today I'm going to be answering a question that I've been getting a lot recently, both from my students and from members of my Telegram group. Now, if you're interested in joining that group, then hit the link in the description, send me a message and I'll add you to the appropriate group. That question is related to preparation, and it's simply where to start. And it's a good question, and I'm going to answer it right now. Okay, let's do this. Now, deciding to prepare for and take an English exam is quite similar to other decisions you take in your life. For example, if you decide you want to get fit and healthy, there are many things you need to think about. For example, what exercises you need to do, whether you should join a gym, if you should get a personal trainer, or if you can do it on your own at home following YouTube videos. And then you need to think about the equipment you need, if you need weights or exercise bands, or if you prefer Nike shoes or Adidas shoes, which ones look better, so important decisions like that. And then you have to think about nutrition and your diet, so many things to think about. And with English exams it's quite similar. You may think, well, should I join an academy? Should I get a private teacher? Can I study by myself using YouTube videos? But which channels should I follow? Which websites should I look at? What books should I buy? What podcasts should I listen to? So there are so many things to think about that sometimes you're in danger of suffering from analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is basically what happens if you spend too much time and energy thinking about doing something, analyzing all the details about what you need to prepare before you start, that in the end you don't start. You're delaying the actual beginning the activity itself. So my first piece of advice today is just do it. Now, I might get in trouble for using that. I think that's copyrighted, that slogan. But yeah, just start. Stop analyzing and just start. But you've clicked on this video because you probably want a more specific answer to the question, where do I start? So what I would really recommend, the first thing you should do is spend the first couple of weeks really getting to know the exam as well as possible. As I've said before, get to know the exam like the back of your hand. That's the most important thing. So the first 2 or 3 weeks of your preparation, you should find some example papers, an example exam. You can find these on the official Cambridge exam website. I'll link to a handbook. It's a teacher's handbook. It's for teachers, but it's very useful for students. It's completely free. It's from the official Cambridge English Exams website. And you have all the details you need to know about the exams. Go through that handbook and look at each individual part of the exam. Spend some time going through each part. Don't worry about the timing. This is just an introduction. And don't worry if you get questions wrong. You will get questions wrong. Don't get disheartened or discouraged. This is not a test. This is just an introduction to the exam. So you will get a lot of questions wrong. You will realize that these exams are very difficult, but it's just the first introduction. So you know what you need to prepare for. You know what you're doing. You can start thinking about your weaknesses. You need to identify your weaknesses and your strengths. So you can start focusing on your weaknesses, but without forgetting your strengths. But at the same time, in those first weeks, you should start building a habit of watching everything in English, listening to everything in English. So all the films, series, YouTube videos, listen to all podcasts and radio in English, and start keeping a vocabulary notebook, your own personal dictionary. So you can do this simultaneously. You don't need to do one thing and then the next thing consecutively. You can do them in parallel. So this should just be part of your life now, watching everything and listening to everything in English and being proactive, paying attention to what you're listening to. And of course, reading in English. This is so important. Again, actively reading. It's possible to read a book and enjoy it without necessarily understanding every word, but as you're preparing for an exam, you need to pay attention to the vocabulary and the grammar. So everything in English at the same time as getting to know the exam. Then after those first few weeks, I'd recommend that you start dedicating one day of the week for each area, each skill. So maybe, for example, Monday for the use of English. So it's really grammar and vocabulary. Maybe Tuesday for reading. Maybe Wednesday for practice at least one writing task. Thursday could be listening. Friday speaking. And at the weekends, just whatever you feel you need to focus on more. And again, as I've said before, it's okay to take a break at the weekends. Take Sunday off if you like it. You don't want to burn out and overload yourself with English. So try to organize your time so that you have some kind of system, some kind of routine, and it just becomes part of your life. But then I recommend, as you get closer to the exam, to start going back and doing as many practice tests as possible. Find old sample papers, just do as many as possible and start developing a strategy for each part of the exam. So thinking about the timing, your approach to each part, and really get it down to specifics, not just general idea of what you think you will do. Make sure there are no surprises in the exam, that when you turn over the page, you know exactly how you're going to approach each part. And of course, go back and look at all my old videos. I have lots of tips in those videos to help you with each part of the exam. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be making a lot more videos, because there's still a lot to look at in these exams. Let me know in the comments if you have any other recommendations. Maybe you have a different perspective. I always like to get the student's point of view. So share your ideas in the comments to help other students. So thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Take care. Bye.